Hello my friends, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, May 31st, 2022. This is Jennifer. So guys, I'm coming to you today from my backyard. I want to take a quick moment to say that I'm sure you all know what's been going on in Texas. It's on my mind constantly. It's been a week. We've made some donations. Linus is seeing if we can do anything, and I'm just going to kind of leave it at that because I don't tend to touch on a lot of world stuff in my videos. If you want to help, there are ways to help. Just make sure you're going through a verified donation site or whatever. So anyway, we're going to leave that and do what you can, and for goodness sakes, vote. So the reason we're outside is because I did a totally different project. This was actually my husband's idea, and I thought it was brilliant. Last week I showed you a picture of our fire pit area where we had redone the pavers to make a big circle so that we could have more seating. We did that specifically because our family are all adults now, and you know, as we're adding significant others and whatnot, we need more space. The tabletop that was on the fire pit, I should say, was purchased at Habitat Restore. It was a used table. It was donated to Habitat Restore. The tabletop was perfect for what we wanted. We actually put additional sealant on it so that we could use it outside. We added the handles to it, and that's one of the mini DIY projects we've been doing outside. I've mentioned repeatedly that we've been doing a lot of yard work, so that's one of the things that we did. Well, what happened was we used the tabletop, and the legs of the table were so pretty, we decided we wanted to use those too, but we didn't know for what, and we have no room inside of our house. Our house is not actually that big, and it's pretty full of furniture and whatnot, so we sort of set it aside for a little bit, and then my husband was like, you know what would be cool? We have this little Mosaic side table that we use outside, and I'll actually show you guys that in a minute. And he's like, what if we did a Mosaic and made it an extra table for our patio, because we like to have people over and hang out in the backyard. And we previously had a little bistro table, which we still have, and we'd pull out a folding table or whatever. And so this is a table that was going to live outside. So this right next to me, this is the Mosaic table that we built from the base that was left over from the tabletop that we used for the fire pit. What we did was, it took us a while. We found a 36-inch just pine tabletop. I used house paint to seal it. I mean, I found some really good, I think it was Valspar, but it was really good house paint in charcoal gray. I don't know if you can see the edge here, but if you cannot, I will do some close-ups later. I can't really see the screen on my camcorder because it's too bright out here. But anyway, I sealed the table, and then the tiles, the blue and white tiles came from Lowe's, and the little circle tiles that are all around the edges, those came from Lowe's. Everything else came from Habitat Restore. So I did have to pay full price for these tiles, but I only bought 3, and everything else was like $1, $2 for like a whole 12-inch sheet of floor tiles. So I treated this like I was making a floor. I used adhesive that would be for a floor. The grout is actually rated for outside, and then we used a sealant that's for outside, and hopefully it'll stand up to being outside. It is under an umbrella, which is why I'm in the shade, so it will be under an umbrella most of the time, which most of the danger here is the Texas sun. It gets very hot for a very large portion of the year, and things that are rated for heat often just don't survive here. So hopefully this will be okay. I will keep an eye on it, and I'll make sure I'll seal it whenever it needs to be sealed. We'll keep it under the umbrella, which will help. And I will give you guys some close-ups in a little bit. But I have to tell you guys, I had the best time doing this. I have some tiles left over. There are some that I bought from Habitat Restore that I didn't use. And for those of you that don't know, Habitat Restore is a thrift store, basically, that is, it's kind of like Austin Creative Reuse, but it is home goods. So it's like doors and windows and cabinets and tiles and doorknobs and stuff that people have either taken out of their houses or had left over from projects. So you can get some really fantastic deals there. They also have like furniture, just amazing furniture. That's where we got our tabletop, and that's where the legs, which I'll show you in a minute, on this table came from. We did actually refinish these legs. We sanded them and painted them with an outdoor spray paint so that they would be nice and sealed because we didn't want them to rust. They are like a wrought iron legs. So anyway, this table, guys, I'm so proud of it. I think I sent Jules like a bazillion pictures while I was working on it. It was an excellent weekend project. It was very cathartic. We haven't actually used it yet because I just sealed it yesterday. It has a 24-hour cure time, so it's cured now. The sealant, I mean, I grouted it the day before. Yeah, so this was my weekend project. I do have a quilt top that I finished, and I think I'm going to save that and show you guys next week. I will hopefully have it quilted and done by next week. I've had a little bit of issue sourcing backing fabric. I told you guys I was making a space quilt for my son's boss slash mentor slash advisor, and the first fabric I bought ended up back ordered indefinitely, and so I canceled that one, and then I ordered another one and it ended up being out of stock, so I canceled that one. So I am gonna go locally and I'll tell you why I didn't in just a second, but I'm gonna go locally and get quilt back this week so that I can finish that space quilt. The reason I did not go buy fabric last week, even though I knew this was happening, was 10 days ago, almost 11 days ago, my whole family was exposed to COVID. My daughter and her fiance came back from their vacation. Within 3 days, both of them had COVID, and we had seen them. I picked them up from the airport. We actually had brunch with my daughter, and then like the next day she tested positive. So my husband, my son, and I were isolating for 10 days. I wasn't going to go to the fabric store because I didn't know if I was going to get sick or not. We've all tested negative. We are 10 days out. We're all fine. My daughter and her fiance are on the mend. They had a really, really, really rough week, and they were both vaccinated. So, just my goodness, guys, get vaccinated, because if it was that bad with a vaccine, I cannot imagine if they had gotten sick without one. So yeah, anyway, so that's why I didn't go fabric shopping. I will go this week. We're still masking just because, damn, just why risk it? So anyway, I know that I'm not the only Talk to Me Tuesdayer in the last week who's had COVID in the family, so I hope everyone's feeling well this week, because it's 2022. We've been doing this for 2 years. So yeah, anyway, I am going to show you guys some close-ups of my table, and I will show you the little side table that started this all. My husband actually sanded it down, and we refinished its legs this weekend because we bought it a couple summers ago, and again, the Texas heat just cracked the finish right off the legs. Fortunately, the tabletop was fine, so he spent a lot of time scraping and sanding and cleaning, and we got it refinished, and I think it looks great. So I will show you guys that now.